The superorbital fissure there. See that? And then you see another little hole next to it. And that's going to be the optic canal. So it's directed like that because when the optic nerves come in, they point this way or they point this way and they cross over at a structure called the optic chiasma. So that's going to be right back here. And that's going to be that place where you get the pituitary gland. That's sella turcica. So the holes for the sphenoid, you got superorbital fissure, foramen rotundum, foramen ovale that you can see on both sides. It's that one there.
Where's the foramen rotundum?
So the foramen rotundum is the one just in front of it. It doesn't go through to the other side, it just goes into the bone and then exits that way. But the foramen ovale does go through, and that foramen spinosum is the one right behind it, but again, that doesn't exit onto that side, it exits somewhere else. Foramen lacerum is right there. You can see that's the more medial. So ovale's here, lacerum is here. And this space here, that would be that choana, internal nostril space. So for the palate, there's like a suture there. That's the palatal surface of the maxilla, and behind it you get the palatine. And you can see all the teeth on this one. The one that's broken at the front is the incisor, another incisor, canine, premolars, and then 3 molars at the back. Gives you 32 teeth. You can see spaces for the arteries, the grooves. You can see a large groove at the back here for the large venous sinus, the transverse, that we're going to talk about in the next lecture segment. This is going to be that internal acoustic meatus. So this is the petrous portion of the temporal bone. This was the squamous portion. And then, so if that's the internal acoustic meatus, that's the external acoustic meatus. And just right next to it, you can see that this is the styloid process, and this is the mastoid process. And in between the two, you get that stylomastoid foramen. Right in front of that, you'd get the carotid foramen. And just behind that, you get the very big jugular foramen. And the jugular foramen is going to be the largest of the internal. So carotid foramen isn't going to create a hole on the inside. It kind of divides up, and part of the artery is going to go towards the foramen lacerum, and part of it's going to go somewhere else. But that's the 2 holes there. Internal acoustic meatus and jugular foramen. And then just behind that, you're going to get this one. That's going to be the hypoglossal canal, or foramen canal. And then this little guy back here, it doesn't show on all the skulls, but it's going to be for those emissary veins. So it doesn't really have a name. It's just the hole that the emissary veins go through. So because it's not on most of the skulls, I don't worry about it often. But the thing you would get it confused with is the hypoglossal, which is right next to it. And so the position of these foramina, you'll want to tie those in with the names of the nerves that go through them. So, you know, I don't know if you want me to jump into that now, or just wait till Monday when we actually go through all the nerves, and I can mention the exits. What do you think? What do you think? Monday? Beautiful. All right, so that's there. This line up here is the crista galli. So on some skulls, like this one, it's a much more pronounced raised part. and then either side of it you get those, the cribriform plates with the olfactory foramina, which if you look in the real one again, you can see the actual holes and the light going through them. So if I stick it through there, you can see it just comes straight down to the nose. Interestingly, in our skull, our cribriform plates are flat and the olfactory nerves go down. For a lot of these animals, if you looked inside their skulls and looked through the foramen magnum,